Oh my god.
Okay.
Ugh.
We had vocal exercises before, Doug, and then right when I started streaming, you bring that up.
Wait, you just started?
Let me look at the YouTube real quick. Yep. Okay. All right, I'm about to
Oh.
count us in.
Hmm.
In three, two. Good. 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 Good morning, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Sunday Morning Tangents with a couple of
Jeds.
I almost messed that one up. I am your host, Hot Fry J, alongside my co-host, Danny Liar Solares. Danny, how are you? Sorry. Actually, hold on. Let me just get everyone out of the way. Potato Danny Liar Solares, alongside
Whoa.
Anime Danny Rodriguez, making his Sunday Morning Tangents introduction, and Doug. That's it,
Hey.
just Doug. You may
Hi.
know him from the 1990s hit TV show Doug. You know, Doug,
No.
I used to call you Douglas.
No.
I used to call you Douglas all the time when we were a lot younger. And then all of a sudden you became Doug. And I don't know when that happened, but I don't love it. Anyways, Anime Danny, how are you? Welcome to the show.
It's
How are you? You
long
excited?
time. Yeah, it's like weird. First
I
time.
don't like that he's anime Danny.
Hold on, Danny. Let him talk.
Okay.
He's
No,
talking.
I'm not okay with that.
I know. I find it.
his profession.
Mm, mm.
Oh, I mean, I find it funny too. I'm like, cool, anime Danny. I don't, better than being a potato.
For the listeners who don't know, because I'm sure a lot of them don't know, a few years ago
Okay.
there's a very controversial but accurate anime rankings list
Accurate.
where someone, a very professional person, ranked our friend group who is the most anime nerd. And Danny here, Danny Rodriguez, was number one at the list for years. I think he's the long-standing anime nerd.
Look.
Can't be-
And Potato Danny here, Potato Danny was always usually at the bottom, and there's a reason, because we'll get into it in a little bit. I want to know how Danny's doing because he hasn't really answered. Because Potato Danny, you keep cutting him off. Come on,
Sorry,
dude.
Danny, but this is an unfair justice to me. But that's okay. I let it be. This dictatorship is fine.
It's not a dictatorship.
It's a
seems
little
like a
bit
democracy.
dictatorship.
Seems like a
No.
democracy since it seems like a lot of people voted for this to happen.
Mm-mm.
That's true.
Mm-mm.
Danny,
Oh.
this keeps calling me Potato Danny keeps calling this a dictatorship. I don't know where this came from, but
Yeah, I don't see it either. I mean, I accept the role as anime Danny. But
rightfully
yes,
given.
Yeah, I think rightfully earned.
Jason, kill you in.
What? What?
What?
Anyways, Danny, how are God, this is getting anime. Danny, how are you? How are you doing? We're trying
I'm
to go.
doing. Huh? What? Oh yeah, I'm doing great. I have coffee in the morning. I'm gonna need to wake up a little bit. I was up late watching Twilight, so you know how that is, guys.
Oh, love it.
No.
Love it.
No.
Yeah, I don't know about that one, to be honest.
Oh,
Yeah,
you guys are
not
such
either.
haters. You guys are such haters. How about that song at the end of the movie where they're
I
dancing?
accidentally saw the baseball scene once, and I was never been more
Top
offended in my entire
5.
life.
You're such a hater, dude. Top 5 sports moment in movie history. Name a better
Super
sports
realistic. Like, you can tell there's a lot of love between.
moment. The family and Bella.
Yep. Mm-hmm. With
It-
the
classic movie.
Uh,
Classic
was
moment in
awful.
movie history. But
it was
Danny,
awful.
Anime
I
Danny, how
hate-
was your week? Talk to us about your mental strength. How about that?
My mental strength.
Yeah.
I think it's getting better. I did not get that promotion I wanted.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah, no, it's terrible. It sucks. But they're training me to do other things, and it sounds like they want me to. I don't know. It's like they're making me. I'm not saying they're making me, but they they put me in like in this little work system that is training me to be a future supervisor, if that makes any sense. Like I'm
There you
learning
go.
things that the supervisors could do,
Mm,
and I'm not one yet. So
putting
yeah,
you on a pedestal.
yeah, basically. So and for the rest of this month, I don't have to be a driver. So I'm like, hell yeah, this is
Oh.
awesome.
Nice.
I mean,
Yeah,
that's
no.
a lot better than them like being like, all right, good luck next time, and then not doing anything for you.
True.
Well, I mean, again, the way I found out wasn't cool. So before my my boss even offered
Danny,
the job.
can I time you out right here, real
Yeah,
quick?
yeah, go ahead.
I just don't want you to get incriminated for anything. So think about what you
No.
say before you say it, because
Jay
we don't
said,
want you.
let him talk.
I know, but
juicy.
this is his real life. This is
Yeah,
his
yeah, I know,
work
I know,
life.
but
I
I
don't
wasn't-
want
I
you.
wasn't-
He's covering his tail. He's not
Right.
telling.
Yeah, I wasn't
fine,
gonna say names or anything. I was just give
Yeah,
you like
okay,
a
all
little
right.
rundown.
In my mind, I'm thinking he's working at the Marble Adventures campus. Okay, just let him talk.
Okay, I just didn't want you to get in trouble, but go ahead,
At
Danny.
Disneyland?
Let him cook. Let him cook. Let him cook. All right.
Yeah.
So the way I found out was my boss had not even given the job offer to the person who was gonna get it. The night before, I was about to go to sleep. I checked my email and I got the email saying, "Oh, thank you for applying, but you didn't get it." I'm like, "What? Okay, nobody even talked to me yet."
Hmm.
So I show up to work the next day, and I just start working, and then like my supervisor comes up to me. He's like, "So don't say anything." Like I was like, "Did you hear anything?" Like, "Hey, what happened?" I'm like, "Oh, I didn't get it." And apparently, that's when I found out that like whoever is in charge of that part of where I work jumped the ball. Like
Oof.
sent the email out to everyone who didn't get the job before the job was even accepted by their number one target.
Oh no!
Unprofessional.
Yeah,
Unprofessional.
like it could have been one of those situations. Like, what if like, Doug, let's say you were the one getting the job, and you're like, cool, I need time to think about it, but everyone else found out that they didn't get it.
Oof.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I was
Jump the
like,
gun.
yeah, I was kind of bitter about it. I was like, man, this fucking sucks.
You know, it really sucks that you have to hear from your own company that you work for that you didn't get the position through an email. Like you couldn't just tell me
Yeah.
the next day in person.
Oh yeah, no, that's the other thing. Like my boss pulled me into the office. Like, no, this whoever like I already sent an email to them and their boss, let him know this isn't right. Like you like skipped me. Like he didn't even get to talk to anyone who didn't get the job. Going like, sorry, it wasn't you. Like I was like, that was a
Okay.
whole mess.
Okay, you
But
know
I'm doing
what?
better.
Yeah, that seems like it's a better situation for you. And well, not better, but I thought at first when you said it, it was just completely like Danny's shit. He's not right for the job. But it sounds like there's someone just fucked up, and you're gonna
Yeah.
get there. You'll get
Oh
there.
yeah, no,
soon.
the person who got the job definitely deserves it more than I do because they've been in the company longer and they have a lot more knowledge and experience.
Mhm.
When I found out this person was applied for the job, I'm like, come on, man. I'm not gonna get it. That's some bull.
Danny, sorry, Potato Danny. Take note whenever we get really big and we have HR issues, we gotta make sure we don't do that. Okay.
No
Do
clinical
what?
errors.
Oh, just send an email
He said,
before we
"Do
start firing
what?
people.
Are you not listening? Are you not paying attention?"
I'm
Oh,
saying
come
send,
on.
sending emails before we tell them, hey, you
You
know.
didn't get the job. You're fucking fired. You're a loser.
You know what? I think it's more fun though.
Anime Danny, thank you for sharing. Doug, hello, welcome again. Welcome back.
Ooh, hey, ooh.
Oh, we're gonna talk like
Oh,
this, huh?
hey. Yes.
How are you? How was your week? Okay. How was your week? How are you doing?
How's Texas?
Oh, Texas, it's been cold this week, honestly. And I've been loving it.
Ooh,
You've
Texas.
been loving it. So
Oh.
for those who don't know, Anime Danny, we'll get deeper into this in the future, but Anime Danny and Doug have been lifelong friends for me. And they used to live here in Southern California, moved to Colorado. Doug then, for some reason, moved to Texas instead of back to California, even though he loves it. And Danny has stayed, but Anime Danny has stayed in Colorado, which is why Potato Danny's asking, how's Texas? And Doug hates it. Doug, why do you hate Texas?
I didn't say I hate Texas.
Oh,
Yeah,
no?
Texas.
Am I putting words in
Yeah,
your
no. Doug sends me
Uh,
text messages all the time saying how much he hates Texas.
Yeah, why are you there then?
Texas is good. Texas, like, there's a lot of good, but then yeah, there's a whole lot of bad on top of that. Let me
Doug,
tell you.
is there a lot of clubs where people just dress up like cowboys and go to a cowboy bar?
Mm,
Because I want to do that, man.
question.
I wanna do it one day.
I know a bar where you can do that, but
Sounds so fun.
for like outside the city, I have no idea.
Hey, yo, I'm from Southern Texas.
beautiful.
My name is Dean Zuller, and I herded some cows and milked them cows. You know what I'm saying?
Ooh.
You sound just like them.
Thank you.
Are they
I've
gonna
been
get?
practicing.
They're gonna be insulted by that, Danny, and I'm glad it was you this time.
Are they
and not
really?
me.
They can make fun of me in my liberal state where I
Well,
live.
Texans are pretty. They're pretty proud of being Texan, right, Doug?
Oh my God, it's yeah, it's a lot.
I feel like they're more
The-
proud than
the-
Californians being Californians.
No, it's the most proud. Like they have so much pride. It's stupid. It's like, all right, come down. I've never seen as much pride in anything. You say anything bad about, you make a joke about Texas, and they take offense by it. It's like,
Well-
all right, come on, it's just a joke.
Texas is getting, especially the larger cities are getting more and more liberal. Do they get upset? Like the liberal ones, the ones who are a little more progressive, do they get upset whenever people outside of Texas talk shit on the conservative side of Texas? So like if I'm over here talking,
They-
like if I go up to your girlfriend and I'm like, hey, Texas is pretty conservative and they kind of suck for that, huh? Will she get upset at that?
Jason, that's not how you
No.
say it.
I know, but I'm just trying to
No,
make
no,
things.
no. No, this is how you say it. Hey,
Okay.
yo, mama. Hey, you guys are little
Oh,
liberals
no.
over there? Like that, you know? You know?
You learned that from Joey?
No. Joey is he's in the city boy. He's a city boy. He
I
doesn't know.
meant the speaking aneurysm seemed very close to Joey.
That's it, really? I don't know. Maybe because I've been talking to him too much.
Doug, you were saying?
Fuck, I forgot what I was saying. Oh no, yeah, no, they'll look at those people like the bad sibling, like, yeah, I know, like they're
Oh.
embarrassed.
Gotcha.
It's like, yeah, sorry about that, but it is how it is.
Is Andrea like that? Your girlfriend? Sorry if she didn't want to be named. I could cut her off if you don't want me to.
No, that's fine. No, she doesn't care. She's like, whatever.
She's a little more liberal.
How come?
Than... Oh, okay. Gotcha. How's it been for you as a brown? I guess everyone's pretty... There's a lot of brown people over there, huh?
Yeah, especially in the area that I live in, it's very like minority heavy.
Have you driven around in... Excuse me. Have you driven around in the South? The deeper South?
You mean like the country?
Yeah. Well, not just south
Uh,
of Texas, but like south of the U.S. Like, you know, Alabama and Oklahoma and those races.
The
The
those
one-
areas.
Yeah, those areas. The ones where
Um,
you might get looks.
I mean, I've driven through them from Colorado to Florida once, but that's really all it that I've done.
Mm. You know what? Can I get a little serious real quick? Have you guys ever experienced I think us four have lived pretty privileged lives, all things considered. Have you guys ever experienced something really racist?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Danny. Potato Danny, you have? What you experience?
Mm-hmm. Not just once, a couple of times they've been calling me Indian. I think, I told them I started at school. They always think that I met, over here in Oregon, it's like Denver. A lot of white people, especially here. You seen Jason when you come here.
Mm-hmm.
using I think I was one time when I was younger, I was in the bus, and this guy just told me, he's like, "Oh, what part? Like, are you Indian?" Just came out to me like that, white dude. It's like, no, I'm not Indian.
Like American Indian or the other Indian?
That was Indian.
The actual Indian. Native
Yeah,
American. Is
Native
like,
American.
no, non-Native American.
No, Native American. Yeah.
Indian. Gotcha.
Ugh, I still working. But yeah,
Danny,
yeah, I
Doug,
had experience. Yeah, a little bit like that.
Anime, Danny, Doug, you guys.
Just the light stuff. So a lot of wait, what are you? Are you this? Are you that?
Yeah.
You
That's
guys,
really it. I don't get attacked or anything.
Oh, when they said, "Do you speak Mexican?"
God.
That or like even like Mexicans will look at me and be like, "Do you speak Spanish?"
Mm.
When they're like, well, like during work or something, and they'll look at me like, "Wait, can I talk to you?"
Oh, like
Yeah.
they don't know if you speak English or not.
Right.
Gotcha.
Well, no, like they don't know if
They
like
speak
I speak
Spanish.
Spanish, because they're like foreigners or whatever.
Wait, Spanish-speaking people ask you if you speak Spanish?
Yeah.
Okay, gotcha. Anime, Danny, what about you?
For the most part, I'm on the lighter side because I
Skin
mean the
tone.
one time.
Skin tone, like skin tone,
Well-
pigmentation, your lighter side.
Yeah. Well, besides that, yeah, that too. Because I mean, while training some people, to do the job I do, I end up training like various types of people, and then it gets to the point like, so what are you? I was like, because there was a point where I wasn't really trimming my facial hair or making myself look clean, and they're like,
Pre-girlfriend.
yeah, pre-girlfriend.
We've all been there.
And this old dude that I was training, he's like, so what are you? I was like, oh, Central American, not Mexican,
Mm-hmm.
making it clear. He's like, oh, I thought you were from the Middle East. I was like,
Yeah.
oh,
Yeah, there it
we-
is.
Yeah.
yeah.
I don't think that's too racist though. Like if people are asking what are you, where are you from, I don't think that's too bad, right?
No.
No.
That's why I call it like light
Yeah,
racism.
I think it's a
It's
little.
not really racist. It's
was-
not like being negative.
I was talking to a coworker, and I find it a lot more offensive. Not because I don't want to be Mexican, but I find it offensive that people would just assume that you're Mexican. Us, especially us, who none of us here have a Mexican
No.
in them. Doug and Danny are El Salvadoran and Guatemalan, right?
Yep.
Got that correct?
Yep.
Correct.
Me and Potato Danny are both full Guatemalans. So I did get insulted, especially in middle school and early high school. I got very insulted whenever they would call me Mexican. And again, it's not because I don't want to be Mexican. It's just in the same concept that when they call any Asian Chinese, and in Latino culture, it's very disgusting because we just call everyone Chino. And I always attack my parents whenever they call any Asian person Chino, because they just
Yeah.
assume China is one of the biggest countries over there, that they're going to be Chinese. But it comes from a place of ignorance, which racism is a place of ignorance. But I always got insulted by it.
No, I know what you mean. I feel like when I go over there, and what
Over
I learn
where?
over there in Guatemala, and what I learned, it's pretty much racist because they used to fear a black community when they used to live here. Because I got people who they would tell me like they would be scared of the black people over there because they always do bad things, and I'm like, that's not the case
In what?
No.
here. Here, most of our parents
Oh,
who live here
okay, I
when
got
they were
you.
younger.
You're saying when they came from Guate up to the U.S.
Yeah, to the U.S. and
Gotcha.
they grew up here. They started to grow up here. They used to have a different point of view of black people, especially.
Yeah.
Well,
Yeah,
was this like in the 90s?
this is like in the 90s, I
80s.
think, or 80s.
80s, I think. Our
I-
family,
Oh,
Danny, came
man.
over in the 80s.
Yeah. They came in the 80s.
That's when tensions were high.
Yeah.
And I'm like, that's not the case with everybody. Everybody can be good and bad.
I mean,
And also,
Mhm.
I would say like a lot of Latinos are really racist to the black community.
Yeah.
I do gotta say that even in Guatemala, there's a small black community, and they don't get treated as well as other people.
Well, it's a pretty large community, especially if you go out to the east side where it gets a little
Yeah.
closer to the Atlantic. I think it's
Yeah.
considered the Atlantic, where it's closer to the Caribbeans, and there's a lot of Afro Latinos who are on the east side of Guate.
Yeah,
But-
and they don't get treated as well. They
Yeah.
get treated, yeah.
You'd be surprised with Texas, actually, because there's a lot. I've met a lot of like Puerto Ricans
Mhm.
here.
Oh, I guess it makes sense. It's not too far from. I mean, it's you guys are connected to Atlantic.
Yeah, lots of definitely lots of black folks, especially in Houston and Dallas.
Again, it all comes from a place of ignorance, Danny. That's where racism stems from. I was just wondering because I was talking to a coworker a couple weeks ago, and person being white, I think he's okay with me talking about it. He wants to come on one day. He's a white man who doesn't completely understand why I would get insulted by being called Mexican when the majority of Southern California is mainly Mexican, but he didn't understand why that might be insulting.
Right.
You should. Are you Irish?
He
Are you from
is.
Wales? There
You
go.
know,
Are
you know
you-
how white people
Are
be.
you
You ask him.
Irish? Yes. Do you like being called a German? Like,
Mm.
He said he wouldn't mind, but again, it's because he's white. I don't think white people understand. Just as the same way we don't understand what it's like to be black, he doesn't understand what it's like to be a person of color.
right.
Sorry, I didn't mean to get too serious. You know, one of the worst things I've experienced again, we've lived pretty privileged lives, all of us, and not having to endure extreme racism,
Mhm.
especially because we lived in larger cities where it's so diverse. I was out on a date with a white girl, and we went to a steakhouse, and it primarily white people in there, almost only white people in there. I remember walking around, and usually I pay no mind to what's around me, but I was looking around, I was getting a lot of looks. I was getting a lot of stares from these white people, like, what the fuck?
And there,
That's right, because I don't know if you want to talk about it, Doug,
yeah,
but
go for it.
you were married to a white woman for a while,
Right.
who you drove to the south with, right?
Yes, her and her family, all the way to Florida. Yeah, definitely cut some ice in like gas stations and I want to say restaurants, but
That's
it's it's uncomfortable.
it is, and that's what I tried to explain to my coworker, that it's not in our heads whenever we get those stares. It's an obvious, like, we're glaring at you because we think this is unnatural. It's obvious
Right.
in our eyes, but for them, for other white people, it might just be, oh no, I'm sure it was nothing. I'm sure you guys weren't. They were just looking. I was like, nah, it's different.
Denise and I, we like to go to Portland a lot. You know how there's different restaurants, stuff like that, and we used to feel like that. We go to restaurants and everybody was white, and Denise and I were the only brown people there.
Hmm.
And like we used to, I used to tell him like I don't feel comfortable. You're right. It's like you feel it. You don't feel comfortable because you feel kind of like, oh, you shouldn't be here, or they're looking at you. It's a real feeling. I do agree with you guys that it's a real feeling that you get.
I've more recently tried to get empowered by that. So if I were there, I've tried to put it's J. Cole's, one of his lines in one of his songs of when he's on a plane and in the first class. I'm not going to repeat the exact line because I think he says the N-word, but he says something like they see someone in first class and they wonder how they got there, probably drug dealing or some blah blah blah, and he's like, nope, I got it because I'm successful and talented. So I've tried to put in my mindset like, nah, they're just haters. There's haters in the building.
Yeah,
I
I just get used to
There's
it.
empowerment that a brown person could be right there with the white folk. All right, sorry guys for getting on that topic. Danny, we got a few things, Potato Danny. We got a few things to go through because Danny and Doug have become one of our listeners, and they've just blasted through through the podcast, and they both got some things to say to you specifically. All right, this is not Danny. I know what you're thinking. You're thinking
What?
Jason did something. Jason is over there murmuring and trying to stir the pot. I didn't do anything. All right. I want this noted. I didn't say anything. I just told them to catch up to us, and they did. And
Okay.
they sent me text messages about your wrongdoings, and I
Whoa!
wanna
Why
start with-
me?
because you're a liar, and I want to start with
Whoa.
I want to start with Anime Danny, all right? Because they both made to recognize that your top three, what is it? The base three, the power three of anime is wrong. Am I wrong here? Anime Danny?
My top three.
Your base three, the
no.
power three, I don't know what it's freaking called.
I think
Oh,
so.
like when we talked about last time when the thing that started pretty much shonen anime.
Big three. The big three.
Big three, there
Yeah.
you go.
Uh-huh.
I think he was actually right.
Mm.
I think his knowledge was right. Doug is the one that didn't know. He's the one that was like, isn't that wrong? But the big three are definitely Bleach, Naruto, and One Piece.
Jason, what do you think I am? Jesus
No.
Christ, I
This
feel
isn't.
old,
I'm
you
telling
know?
you, I did not say anything because I said I don't know about anime. I don't know. They were just the ones questioning it. They were questioning you.
Doug
Hey.
questioned it. I explained it. I even linked a little comic book of why it's like the anime world or
Mhm.
people consider it the big
The
three.
big three?
because It's
Yeah.
like Dragon Ball was the dad, the one that inspired those
Hey.
three, and then they're
Mhm.
inspiring the rest.
That's what I don't
Mhm.
get. How is
Yeah,
it
that's-
Dragon Ball one of the big three when it's literally, as you said, the one who started it? all?
Because this is the 90s. This is before. So 90s anime was totally different. All right, it was not how it used to be now. 90s anime, yes, they were showing it, but they were not as popular as other types of animes. And I think in early 2000, that's when it changed it especially with I think One Piece and Naruto, right? They were the first two. They
Yeah,
started to
Bleach came later.
change. A new generation of people started watching anime more often, and then and that's when, and also Bleach, and they used to show it on Cartoon Network or in other I don't know, channels or whatever. But they were the main ones that were being repeated more often, and they became more popular, and people started to like it more because it was it's about a young kid growing up and being powerful.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well-
let me ask you. So you're saying it's not one of the big three because although it started it, it didn't perfect it the way that One Piece
Yeah.
did and the other Bleach and
Yeah.
Naruto.
For the shonen type of.
I wouldn't say perfected.
Well, I don't know.
Let's say perfected.
That's why
Let's just say it set the grounds for how anime, or how I guess the mainstream ended up becoming.
Mhm.
Because like when you look at Dragon Ball Z, like it set like the tone of you have your strong main character versus your strong villain, and then they have to become stronger, train, and overcome that, right?
Mm-hmm.
You look at Naruto, happens every arc. You look at Bleach, happens every arc. You look at One Piece, happens every arc.
Hmm.
So that's why they call Dragon Ball Z like the
The papa,
the dad.
the father. Doug, we kept
Is it-
cutting you off.
That's what kept throwing me off because I didn't think there's one sole start to the whole thing. I always figured like, oh, Dragon Ball has this like Danny said, like the style of training and then defeating whatever. I thought Dragon Ball would be like one of the big three.
Yeah,
I
I
know.
would have assumed the same.
I know people do, yeah, like I said, but like Danny says, the papa and then the little kids
Hmm.
are those three, and then that's what we have now, the big
Oh.
other three.
So this is basically like you know that TMNT meme of Master Splinter as like a little adult, right?
Mhm.
And then it has the little babies, little
Uh-huh.
baby TMNT. You guys know the meme? And then the
Yeah.
next one is Master Splinter like dying. Oh, I'm old. I'm gonna die. And then the TMNT. That's what this is.
That's
In a way, yeah.
Dragon Ball Z is Master Splinter.
No, Dragon Ball Z is still big though. Way big.
Master Splinter's still a master. That's not what I'm
Yeah.
saying, Danny.
Yeah.
Again,
yeah.
Potato Danny, I do apologize. I did not mean to come at you. I really didn't. This is all right.
Yeah, man. You know, it's okay.
No,
That's
no, no,
fine.
no. That like I definitely my ears perked up when he was about to like. I'm like this fool better say I'm right. If he doesn't, there's be some words, and there's a reason he's not
Mm.
anime, Danny.
Anime Danny,
Whoa.
Anime Danny,
Whoa.
Anime Danny. What got you into anime? What was like the start of it?
Mhm.
Dragon Ball Z, no?
No, no, it was not Dragon Ball Z. I do remember watching it as a kid. I remember watching. I mean, technically, you consider Digimon and or Pokemon anime too, but
Right.
it wasn't either of those. It wasn't even Yu-Gi-Oh. It wasn't until we moved to Denver
Oh,
and we finally got cable for the first time. I remember I was just up late and
Oh.
the first episodes I saw were Bleach had just started,
Right.
and
remember.
right after that it was Eureka 7 also just started.
Mm.
Oh my God.
Yeah,
Yep.
and
Yep. Okay.
that's what got me started into anime was watching those two shows from the very beginning.
Eureka 7 is that old, huh?
Yeah,
It's
Oh my
2005. I
God.
remember. I recently watched that last year.
yeah. No,
And
that's
it's a
that's kind
Gundam.
of yeah. It's kind of one reason it's probably one of my favorite animes because one of the first ones I fell in love with. But
Right.
like, it started out with those two. Bleach was my first, like, and that's how I just started discovering it, and then I just started asking friends, and then looking at the internet, like when, God, man, anime was so hard to find back in the day. But I started looking at like websites, like other animes to watch. That's how I ended up finding Naruto, the original Full Metal Alchemist, like even like Neon Genesis Evangelion. Like I went through just a rabbit hole, and God did it. That's how it all began.
You know? Do you know? I wish Jason will watch Evangelion. I want him his opinion on Evangelion.
I don't think you do.
Yeah, I really do, Jason. I really feel like if you watch that, it's not that long. It's not a long anime.
I've heard of it.
I mean,
I've been interested in it.
You should. You guys should just. It's
I don't know. From what I've heard, like that doesn't seem to be Jason's type of
no,
anime.
I know,
Like,
I know.
I
But I
would,
just
I
want his
would,
opinion.
I know. Well, I know, but I mean, that's
I-
like telling me to watch a football game, and I'm like, hey, so what'd you think about the football game? I'm like, it's football.
It is true. It is true.
It is.
That's
Wait,
That's
confusing.
that's
Is it-
sports ball. Yeah.
Is it
Which one,
because
Doug?
it's a Gundam kind
No.
of anime or
So I would say it's one of the most unique type of anime. That's why it's considered like if you an anime person, you need to watch. It's one of the must because the way it's written is not the typical anime, and it's also really depressed. They call it one of the most it's a depressing and like confusing anime there is. But there's a reason why the way they show the episode, the way the characters talk to each other, it's still
Well,
really good though.
well, there's the reason they say that is because the creator was going through severe depression
Mm-hmm.
during the creation of that.
Oh wow.
That even when the anime was being made, he completely changed it. Like it's like cool, we have the storyboard set. He would come in, change the story. Like there's a whole lot to that one. That's why I'm like, I wouldn't like that one's a complicated. Has to do with a lot of mental issues.
Wait,
But
I'm into that sort of thing though.
I mean, it's more of like mental abuse. God
sign
damn.
me up?
Yeah.
I don't know. Yeah,
Um,
it's
If you okay, so I think the best way to do it is if you watch the movies on Amazon Prime, because that's like the movies are his happy ending.
Mm-hmm.
if you can,
Overrated.
if you watch that,
Happy endings.
then I'd say go back and watch the original, because the original is I wouldn't say it's not happier, but it's
It
definite.
doesn't. It's not like it ends in a bad way, but also it doesn't end in a good way.
Well,
Yeah.
we don't want to get into spoiler territory here.
Yeah, but it's one of the animes that it's Jason, it's a mature anime.
Spoiler
Right.
territory. It came out in the 1995. I'm
People
wondering
still
if,
haven't seen it.
I don't know if people are
so-
wondering why we called Anime Danny the Anime Danny.
You just said it earlier.
Well, but that was just based off a stupid list, honestly.
It
Um,
wasn't a list. It was written by
ranking.
a very
Oh, thank you.
like it was a really
It was written by
well-known.
Jason, and then Jason, just to make fun of me, he
Whoa.
would put everybody else in
That's
top
hearsay.
of the list,
Whoa,
and then he would
whoa.
That's
always put me on the
toxic.
bottom.
Yo,
And,
That's hearsay.
why you have to be so
Accusation.
toxic?
Look,
No.
look my
No,
tangerines.
hold on. No.
Fans of my tangerines. This is it was not democratic. He was just being funny, and he would put me all the way on the bottom all the time. You know what I was doing last night, Jason? When I couldn't sleep, I was watching Tanya the Evil for the third time because I love the anime so much.
But you're not watching anything new. Anyways, Anime Danny is Anime
Anything
Danny
new?
because
Oh,
he
because-
has the longer list. Mangas could be set in a different category, but I think it's still in the same realm because so many animes are based off of mangas. But Danny has a library. Anime Danny has a library, literally, of mangas, and nobody watches as much mangas as him. Maybe
Yes, true.
Adrian, but I really don't think Adrian is even on that level. Who is bragging about watching 3 animes a day? I think Anime Danny is still above that. And maybe not so much because he has a girlfriend now, and that's priorities. I get it. We all get it. Good for you. But sorry, Potato Danny, you're just not there anymore. You've somehow gone lower in your rankings.
How?
I'm
Because you just don't watch as
I'm
much.
reading Jujutsu Kaisen on my. I'm watching.
Have you-
I'm
have you-
reading.
Have you
What-
seen
what?
One Piece yet? Have you seen One Piece?
Okay, look, Danny.
He
Have you-
hasn't?
Have you done it? Have you done it yet?
Whoa,
though?
Look, I
Dude,
already told you.
here-
I already
here's
talked
the
about.
thing.
Haven't seen
Here's the
One
thing.
Piece?
No, I told my story about One Piece already.
And here's the thing. The thing that gets me about it is I've already seen your one of your favorite animes, Naruto.
It's only 400 episodes compared to 1,000.
Yeah, but
Okay.
that means I've seen it.
Look,
I've seen the bad writing. I've seen the bad storytelling. I've seen the
Okay.
bad character growths.
okay, all right. See, this is just attacking my Naruto, which I get it. All right. You look, I told you this when I started watching anime here in the United States. I remember watching Naruto, and then Bleach will come up, but I didn't like the theme of pirates, so I didn't start. I just didn't watch it. I knew I started watching anime when they both started almost at the same time. But I just stick with Naruto. If I should have stuck to both of them, I would have caught up already.
In Potatoes Danny's defense, One Piece is 1,000+ episodes. I don't. That's fucking insane. That is crazy.
Yeah, I'm never gonna try.
Never.
Oh
gonna
no.
try.
Well, I mean, here's the thing. I've read that manga about, and there's like 1,000+ chapters. 3 times over.
He has done that. He has done that.
I've only watched the anime 1 time through, because again, yeah, I don't even have that much time to waste. I did at the time, but it's one of those things that, that's still a better story told than Naruto ever could be. And I'm telling you, you don't
No,
have.
he's right.
And here's the thing, you don't have to watch it. I'm not telling you to watch it. I'm like, even I tell people, if you're gonna get into it, I'd say read the manga up until the 2-year time skip, and then you can go watch the anime, because by that point, like, everything's updated. You're looking at 1080p, the characters are like, everything about the anime is like beautiful. But I'm just telling you, I'm not telling you to start from like episode 1. I'm telling you, like, if you read it, you'll read it faster than you could watching it.
So
That
you-
is true.
believe
They
me,
do read it fast.
Believe me, it's not the perfect anime. It's not. Like, legitimately, it's got one of the longest intros that is stupid, and I hate it because you end up watching a 16-minute episode compared to maybe a 23-minute episode, because they do like, oh, a pirate started the pirate age, and then you go into the intro song, and then you go into the, hey, what happened last time, and then you finally get into the episode. So that's why I'm telling you, you don't have to watch it, but you're not even giving it a chance to try to read it.
Anime Danny, what's your favorite anime of all time?
You just said it.
Is it One Piece? I don't know if it is.
Favorite anime of all time? All time. That's a tough one.
Yeah, you told me it was One Piece at one point.
At one point. Nice.
That is definitely top 3. Top 3 for sure. But I think all time.
Mull it over.
probably-
Mull it over.
Yeah. I'm gonna need to mull this over. This
That's
one's a
okay.
tough
I
one.
want to move on to a different topic, and I
How big the
apologize.
penises are.
I apologize. What? Potato Danny, I apologize. I didn't mean to come at you today, but I kind of did. It's just that we got two of the show's fans out here, and they wanted to right some wrongs.
But it was not wrong, remember?
This one
You
was
just
you're
said it.
correct. You're correct. And again, I didn't mean to come at you there. I just want to let them voice their opinion. And
Hey, man, tell me.
this next one is now we're now on part 3 of this evolution of this story. Number 1 being that the first part, you saying that what's that guy's name? Drucker? Doug, you know what I'm talking about.
Drucker.
Mike Drucker.
Oh, yeah, he did tell me this. And I got
And-
some points on this, Doug.
And you said we went to go. I don't remember how it went, but you said no. I went to go see the other guy, not Mike Drucker. And Doug got around to listening to that one, and he texted me something. Are you guys watching my Discord right now? Sorry, go share your screen. Go watch my shared screen. And I got something to show everybody because Danny said I was there for the other guy, whatever his name was, Anthony, whatever.
Yeah, what's his name? I keep forgetting his name.
You mean the guy that you went to go see, according to the?
But this Adams sees what's it called? Adams
Adam knows
ruins
everything. Ruins everything.
Yeah.
And you said I didn't go for Mike Drucker, and Doug sent me a text message that looked like this.
No, I know.
That's
He just said it right now.
Danny with Mike Drucker.
That's after Doug told me about it. I really didn't know who the guy was. I just saw the guy he was with. Adam ruins everything, and I was like,
No. I even verified it with you. Like, no, that's the guy that was on Giant Bomb, and you're like, oh yeah, him.
or maybe it was. But I do. The first time I saw them is because I wanted to see the other guy that he was with. Adam ruins everything, and he was being a little asshole.
Interesting storyline, Danny. I just want you to tell me right now, all right? Did you only take this picture with Mike Drucker to pretend that you knew him?
Yeah, pretty much.
Oh, so you're calling yourself a
my
liar.
God.
No, I didn't call myself a liar. It's after, I didn't know that. Doug did told me about that, and I did see him in Giant Bomb. But listen, I didn't recognize him at first because all I saw was the other guy. Adam ruins everything because I used to watch the show during that time, and I used to watch the show, and I was like, oh shit, that's the guy. And then Doug saw that guy, and he did told. I don't remember Doug. To be honest, I don't remember what he told me. And if I said I remember him for Stephen Giant Bomb, that's probably what I said. But I was not trying to lie. I really wanted. I wanted to meet the other guy.
Danny, I appreciate your
with.
honesty. I really do.
I don't remember you bringing up the other guy whatsoever.
Like I said, I remember you bringing this guy, but I do remember seeing the guy he was with.
Keyword remember. We could all agree is this was about 5, 6, 7 years ago.
This is where was this, by the way?
This was
in-
PSX.
Anaheim.
PSX Anaheim, the last PSX they had.
Mm.
Which honestly, Danny, I remember you telling me before that you've been a Giant Bomb fan for a very long time, and
did.
to my knowledge, Mike Drucker is one of the founders.
No, he was a frequent guest.
Gotcha.
No.
I never got involved with Giant Bomb, so I don't know, but okay, Danny. All right, you've come on. I'm shaking your hand right now. I'm shaking your hand. Are you shake? You have your hand out? We need to get our
Yeah,
cameras.
I
so
have
we can-
my. Sorry, it was under my pants.
Oh,
Let me here. Grab it.
Yeah.
Grab what? Anime Danny, did you think about it?
I did think about it, and it really is One Piece.
There it is.
It really is. Like I thought about it, and I'm like, I'd never think about an anime more than I think about like One Piece, about what they've been through, what they go through, what they will become. Like that kind of like that thing's got it all. It's got it all for me.
I remember you telling me, Danny. Trust me.
I mean, but that was a long time ago.
Yeah.
Top. Your favorite could change at any time.
Sure, it's all about power rankings. What's your favorite at the moment? Danny, Potato Danny, I've come at you. I've come at you plenty of times.
Robin.
I want you to come at me right now. Grievances, put them out there. Come at me, dog.
About what?
I don't know. Vent.
Look, Jason.
Go for it. I'm ready.
Look, Jason. Like, I want Doug because Doug hasn't talked that much, but let me just say this real quick.
oh no.
I was watching this video of a story of this guy who in the 1920s he was a professor in Sweden, and somehow he went into coma, and he's conscious. He wrote a book about this. His conscious went to the future. He woke up in the future. He woke up in this high events room. He didn't recognize people wearing some glasses. They were wearing, like kind of like, and they had like, like iPads with holographics coming out. And he realized that he just traveled to time somehow in the future in 3906. And he stayed there for 1 year, and they told him, hey, you consciousness just travels here. You switch consciousness with somebody else who's from you're kind of like related to you somehow or something. And he said that all the people there, like all the people there have met pretty much nirvana. They said the humans have evolved to a point where they don't need to they enlightenment, which before though they were dying because they couldn't take enlightenment, but it would evolve to the point where they could took enlightenment. And they don't need to have wars. They don't need to have anger. For them, that kind of stuff were just emotions, were just in the past, and they would see them as like relics. So, Jason, let me just tell you right now, I don't,
I don't know what you're talking about right now.
I just want to say the story because it was really interesting when I was listening to it, when I was learning about this story. But yeah,
What just happened?
I've no idea.
A Swedish
Do we just go?
person wrote a book about his.
So a Swedish professor of language, he literally he says that he traveled to time
through his consciousness.
To
subconscious.
the future. Sorry, yeah.
His subconscious traveled to the future.
And then the doctors or the scientists were like in the future. They were in charge, and they told him all about what happened, how they got to that point. Like a lot of shit happened apparently. Like humans pretty much destroy themselves. And
How do you distinguish your subconscious to a dream? Because what if it was just a fucking dream and it's like too introspective about it?
He wrote a
like,
book about it.
What does that matter though? This is like
1920s.
This is like that African priest who said he died and was in hell and only listened to Umbrella the whole time, and that was hell by Rihanna.
Yeah.
This is like what does that? You just making this stuff
banger.
up. That is a banger.
Okay, so we don't know. We don't know about this. Look, we don't know.
I want you to write a book, Dan. I want you to write a book and tell me about your subconscious and like what it looks like in the future. Because like if you do that,
it doesn't look good, man.
No. Well, I mean, we could just put merit to it. We could just say he wrote a book about it, so it must be kind of truthful, right?
No. They say this is not. He's saying that this is not true or not. Nobody's saying that, but he just wrote a book about that, about his experience. He says, so it could be true, it could be not, but that's the whole point, Jason.
What's the whole point?
The whole point is just you just have to take it, like, okay, if it's true, that's cool. If it's not, then that's a cool story.
Interesting. I want to I want to go get into a little bit of topical news because unfortunately, Lance Reddick has passed away. You may know him from The Wire. You may know him from
Oh
John Wick.
God,
You may know him
Yeah.
from Destiny.
that was such
Doug, we
shitty.
gotta go with Destiny right now and just pray in prayer, respect like everybody else.
And go pay
Like-
respects. This should be. You guys should all go watch The Wire because he just goddamn commands a scene every time he's on it in that show. Well, I mean, truthfully, a lot of characters do in that show, but Lance Reddick was this is the first place
Does it
I
hold
saw
up?
him. The Wire, absolutely,
Okay.
absolutely.
Isn't there a young Michael B in that?
Young Michael B. Jordan before he made it to Friday Night Lights, the show. He's a little baby Michael B. Jordan, and this show absolutely holds up. It's still topical. You could still connect a lot of pieces. The show's about Baltimore police, drug dealers, and government. So it balances between the three of them and how they interlock, and it deals with drugs and a bunch of stuff that is still very topical today, and corruption and a bunch of shit. So it definitely holds up. You guys need to watch that, everybody. But Lance Reddick, rest in peace.
I showed the news this, and he's like, you know who dies? Like, I told him, Lance Reddick, and he's, who's that? And I showed her the picture. Oh, him? Did he really die? And she was like, she just, she's not really into the stuff that we like and stuff like that. And she even knew about him. So she's like, really? And yeah.
I was hoping
Yeah.
it was a lie. When I was scrolling through Twitter, I was like, please, 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 let this be a meme. Somebody just fuck with me on this one.
Nope.
Yeah, it sucks.
60 years old.
Like I've seen him in plenty of other things, but no, he's all over Destiny. Like you,
Mm-hmm.
no matter what you're doing, you're gonna hear his voice every I don't know, 15, 20 minutes, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And his voice is just booming.
Distinguishable as hell.
Just
Like, you know it's him.
can,
It's really,
can-
it's formal.
yeah, you can pick him out of the crowd. Like it's real deep and just smooth. It's just like, whoa, daddy.
Damn.
The only good thing about the Resident Evil Netflix show. The only good thing.
Oh, that terrible. He was.
It was,
He was-
not that bad,
He was
guys.
Wesker. No, I'm saying he was the only good thing about it.
No. That show was not that bad.
Danny, look, I'm the only one who was saying you guys should watch the show, and it was a shit show. It was a terrible show, but I
Yeah,
watched
not a-
all of it
not
and
a
I
single
enjoyed
part
it.
of me wants to watch
It was better than the movies. That's for sure.
I mean,
Hmm.
a low bar is a low bar.
Mm-hmm.
Low bar's a low bar.
That's just like, like, hey, which DC movie's the best? I mean, they all kind of suck.
I just don't get how they don't just go with whatever they produce, like the games. Why don't just copy one of the games? I just don't get why they keep doing this.
But they did.
Studios.
They did. It's one of those movies that they made.
Which one?
It was the last one, right? The
Yeah.
latest one to come out.
Yeah,
Oh, really?
yeah. They tried to follow the actual games, and I don't know. I haven't seen it. I don't want to watch it. Like, it doesn't seem like it'd be good at all.
Hmm. I didn't see it.
They
either.
never score well, so I don't think any of them are actually good. But it's
Yeah.
if you like that genre, then you probably enjoy it. I don't know. I think we're getting to the tail end here, but no good podcast is done without a good old proper. Oh shit! Last minute jokes with Danny.
Didn't. Hi guys. My name is Danny.
Hi, Danny.
Hi. Thank
This
you.
is Danny
Hi.
trying to waste time for him to think about a joke.
Yeah.
This
is-
happens at the end of every episode.
I didn't know it was gonna come this quickly, but
I'm also Danny.
Oh yeah, it's also
Sorry,
Danny.
Last minute jokes with potato Danny. I feel like
Ding,
people
ding.
don't know what potato really means. Potato. Go ahead, Danny. What's the joke?
No, Jason, it's okay. You can say it.
I don't know how
Say
to
it.
describe potato or being a potato. Potato is just think of potato Danny whenever you think of a potato. Like if I call someone a potato, think of him And it's like, oh, okay, I get it.
A liar.
Whoa, hey,
Uh,
that's not my words, Danny. Those aren't my words, Potato.
I always took it as like kind of an insult where it means low
No.
quality because of
Yep.
like
No,
because
Yeah.
whenever people see like low quality images on the internet, they're always like, who took did they take this picture with a potato or
Yeah. that's 100% where it comes from. But it's not meant to be insulting, Danny. It's more meant to be endearing. You are the endearing. You are the heart of the show.
I
I
just
don't know.
I felt
Yeah.
like it was like when somebody has the pregnancy brain,
What's that?
where it's just like where a lot of ladies when they get pregnant.
Wait, hold
they
on,
tend
hold on,
to
hold on, hold on,
forget,
hold on. Danny,
like,
hold on.
memory
Did
gaps.
did you learn this from your girlfriend?
I learned this from TV.
All right, continue. Sorry, continue.
Especially if you've ever seen a great show called How I Met Your Mother.
Boo.
What do you mean, boo?
I never finished it.
Well, there's a character that ends up getting pregnant, and she has pregnancy brain, where she just has gaps in her memories, like, putting her purse in the freezer or in the refrigerator, stuff like that.
Classic.
I know, great jokes, right? All the time. That's how I feel like he is. Like, he just, his memory's not all there. But it's adorable in a sense. Like a kid trying to be an adult. You guys get that?
I'm sorry, Potato Danny. I didn't mean for this to go this way. I really mean it in a endearing way. Potato, I appreciate you and all you do. And again, this wouldn't be nothing without you. All right.
I mean, did he find his joke yet, or?
You're the heart.
No,
to,
I have my joke, but
you're the heart.
Jason,
You're the
it's
heart to my
fine.
butthole.
Look, Jason, it's fine.
No, I mean
remember-
this. I mean this. It's endearing for me. A lot of people. You're adorable.
No, look.
Yes.
Jason. No, look, Jason, it's
cute.
fine.
It's cute.
I'm not saying nothing bad about it, Jason. I never said nothing bad about it.
I just know you don't like it when I call you Potato Danny, but I want you to know that it's comes from a place of.
I think Denise one time told me, "Why'd they call you potato?"
What'd you
And I
say?
had to tell her,
Oh,
and she's like,
she's ready to fight Jason.
No, I think she
No,
understood. I think she
The
understood.
fact that she understood makes it hilarious. Like, it's true.
"Nah." She's like, "You just a funny guy, babe."
Exactly. We'll turn it that way.
Yeah,
And speaking
there
of
you
funny guy, give us your
Yeah.
last minute joke, Danny.
This is the one that I heard that I like a lot. How do computers get drunk?
I don't know how.
They take screenshots.
That's a good one. I like that one. You didn't actually hear this one before. You just looked this up right now, huh?
No, I did hear this before. I
Okay,
did.
great.
I'm
Love
never
that.
coming back on this.
No. I
That's
have
a
to
good
make my
one.
own. Look, wait, that's a good one. I
That's
have
a
my
good
own
one.
jokes, but I already told them in the past. So I gotta make new jokes because I do come up those on the fly, and I told Denise for review, and she just stays quiet. So that means she was laughing internally so loud.
Thank you, everybody, for tuning in. Remember, catch us on YouTube Live Saturday and or Sunday mornings. We're usually 8 a.m.-ish Pacific Daylight Time now that we're in the Daylight Saving Time, whatever it's called. Today we were 7:30 in the morning, but anyways, go on YouTube, go ahead, go give a comment, go give it a like, just so it could get the algorithm out there and whatever. Hear us on Spotify, that one podcast place that Doug likes, Pocket Cast, whatever.
Pocket Cast, come on.
Hey, I got it. Apple, Spotify, Amazon something, Samsung podcast. I don't remember. All of the podcasts, go ahead, give it a like, give us that algorithm stuff. Follow us on Instagram. Thanks for listening. This has been Sunday Morning Tan.
Jans, but I have one quick joke, a bonus one
Go
that
ahead,
I just came
Danny.
out right now. Why did Darth Vader use as a mask?
Why does Darth Vader use as a mask?
Uses the mask.
Why does he use the mask?
Uh-huh.
I don't know why.
Because he's afraid of the light.
Thanks for listening.
Oh God.
Good